Are you a woman with brain fog? I have a research study for you. So if you have brain fog and you are a woman, perimenopause, menopause, call it what you want, this is a study that you need to read. This article just came out in March 2023, and it talks about magnesium in the size of our white matter. Specifically, dietary magnesium intake is related to larger brain volume and lower white matter lesions with notable sex differences. The purpose of this study was to look at people in middle to early old age, which means you are 40 to 73 years old in this study. I am well aware if you are miffed that I just said 40 is mid-age, but 40 to 45 is generally considered mid-age. Yes, I am also grappling with this, how did we become the big kids, but I digress. So they had 6,001 people in the study, and they separated them by sex. It was a self-reported study, so they did an online computerized log. The reason they cared about magnesium is this, pretty cool. Magnesium is associated with better cognitive function and may reduce the risk of developing dementia. They're saying they don't understand why magnesium contributes to brain health, but they're saying it's worth studying because prevention is better than treatment. Here's where it gets sexy. So look at this. Magnesium has been implicated in the etiology and pathogenesis of various age-related brain disorders. A high cerebral magnesium level has been found to lower oxidative stress and systemic inflammation, enhance synaptic plasticity, which is neuroplasticity, which means our brain is more flexible, and counteract other mechanisms that lead to neurodegeneration. This is amazing. This means brain fog and walking to the basement, and I can't remember why, should be better. Now, what they haven't said so far in this study, what I have read it, is what magnesium supplement they were taking, because all different types. Magnesium glycinate is usually what covers the spread, but we'll get to that. Because if I don't know what they took, how am I going to know what to take? But we'll get there. So let's start at the top. The exact mechanisms underpinning magnesium's neuroprotective effects have not been clearly identified. I don't even know if I care. I'm just thankful that there is something that is neuroprotective. But it gets better. There is considerable evidence that magnesium levels are related to better cardiovascular health, and magnesium supplementation has been found to decrease blood pressure. What if I told you about women when they have hormonal changes, that it affects your brain, it affects your cardiovascular health, and that because we lose estrogen, estrogen is protective and we need to protect ourselves. Magnesium comes in on like a shining white horse. Since high blood pressure is a well-established risk factor for dementia, decreasing its prevalence could significantly reduce age-related neurodegeneration and consequently lower the likelihood of developing dementia. So carrying on, finally, because cardiovascular health, neurodegeneration, and brain shrinkage patterns differ between men and women, this study will investigate possible sex differences in these associations with stratified analysis by sex. They are saying it is different between men and women, so because we suffer so much more, magnesium has such a strong capability to save us. Okay, so you know how I was saying, what kind of magnesium are they taking? Oh, this is so cool. This research study is so cool. Okay, so in the UK, with this particular study, they did a web index, and so they measured, it was basically a food log. So the nutrient intake of magnesium was computed using data from McCants and Widowson's, the composition of food and its supplements. Examples of foods that are associated and contain higher magnesium levels include leafy green vegetables, such as spinach, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. I just want to say, it was so very American to me to assume with this magnesium study that it was a supplement, and I'm like, what supplement is it? And of course, they are doing dietary. So they carry on in this particular article to talk about magnesium in women and the effects of menopause. And basically, the higher baseline magnesium levels that you have, it is more associated with a larger brain volume. Go when people tell me exactly what to do. So here we go. Indeed, a high dietary magnesium intake greater than 196 milligrams per day has been found to be associated with a 37% reduced future risk of dementia in individuals in their 60s. That's amazing. I want to drive this point home. Here we go. Magnesium intake may contribute to neuroprotective earlier in the aging process, and that preventative effects may begin in their 40s. So if you're not taking magnesium and you are in your 40s, you need to be. So basically, the article said one of the limitations is that it measured using food and But guess what? That's the way that we're supposed to do it. But I am still laughing at myself, very American of me, as like, which supplement, which type of magnesium are they taking? But starting magnesium early, because prevention is better than treatment, is what we need to be doing. Because magnesium is